Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Monica. I am healing from triple PD, PMDD, and hormonal imbalances within my body. It has been 2.5 years and I've actually come a long ways, and I'm very thankful for that. And I'm really hoping, did you just hear my dogs grumble? I'm really hoping they hush, because I don't like to edit too much my videos, so I don't want to have to cut out some barking, but if it happens, it happens. So today's video, I just kind of wanted to give a friendly reminder, is what I'm kind of calling this. I'm trying not to touch him, otherwise he's gonna like nudge me and make me pet him. This is just a friendly reminder to friends and family of those that have people in their life that are dealing with chronic illness, specifically the vestibular world, and people dealing with like balance issues, perception issues, just an overall state of feeling ill 24/7. And the reason why I want to talk about this just really quick is it's not out of a place of like, don't forget about me, I'm still dealing with this, or like have pity on me. That's not it at all, because that is the last thing I want. I want nobody to pity or feel sad for me. For me personally, I want people rooting for me and fighting for me and praying for me and contending for me and believing that I'm gonna walk out of this. I am a Christian, and I do believe that you can heal from things. I believe in miracles, and I know my time is coming, and I have great expectation for 2020 specifically for myself. But I do know that there are a lot of people dealing with chronic illness that unfortunately don't have a lot of support, as far as because me personally, my husband is my rock. Like I don't know what I'd do without him. He seriously has been huge in my healing process. And maybe it's not a husband for you, maybe it's a brother or a sister, a church family member, or an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent. They're like, I pray that everyone has somebody in their life that is basically holding your hand daily and helping you through this, because it is not easy. I definitely don't sugarcoat it. It is not easy. It has been a challenging thing to overcome. And so like I said, I just wanted this to be a friendly reminder that most of us dealing with chronic illness of this nature, we look fine on the outside. Like, I know I look totally healthy, completely normal, but as I'm speaking to you right now, I actually feel very ill. My ears feel very full today. My perception visually, my eyes are having a hard time focusing in on things, and I get a lot of straining, slight dizziness today, among some other things, and I just don't feel well. But I know on the outside, I look completely 100% normal. I can walk, I can talk, I can do all the things, but when I do those things, it's actually challenging. And I feel like sometimes, because most people that deal with these conditions, it's a prolonged thing. Most people in general don't heal overnight. Like, unless you've had a miracle, which I believe can happen, that's not normally how it happens. It's a progression of your body healing. And so I feel like sometimes family and friends tend to forget that we can't necessarily do everything that you guys do. that just going to the store alone is challenging, that driving a vehicle is difficult for some people, that picking up their house, taking care of their kids is a challenge, getting dressed for the day is a challenge. And I know for me, and I can probably speak for a lot of people out there as well, day to day is different. How I felt yesterday is not how I felt today. And I guarantee how I feel tomorrow is not how I felt today. It's ever changing. And this also, I want to make aware that this is not me complaining or still upset that I'm still sick and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Because compared to 2.5 years ago, I am so thankful that I am functioning for the most part. I'm doing things I couldn't do before. I was basically homebound at the beginning, but now I'm not. I do almost everything now. It's just not always the easiest. To give you a couple of examples and to go into my next thing that I want to talk about is, for those of you that don't know, I am a worship leader, so I'm very involved in my church. And even like last weekend we had a conference and we had to drive about an hour and a half away for that conference. And for me, high speeds on the interstate are tough yet. And unfortunately before that drive, I got overloaded. I had what I call a sensory overload, but I still was gonna go. That's how far I've come. In the past, like, there is no way, like, I'd be in my bed, done for the day, but I knew that this is what I'm called to do. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I love. And so I was still going. My husband is driving me. Don't worry, I was not driving. My husband was driving me. And by the time we got there, I was feeling a little bit better. But by the time we got done with practice, I wasn't feeling so good. And this is the point that I kind of want to talk about and just make you guys aware. Sometimes when we get to that heightened state, or we are tapped out, to say the least, for me personally, if I can't physically leave, because a lot of times I will not completely retreat. I will not leave. I will not go home. I don't do that anymore because I've learned how to de-escalate and how to feel a little bit better. But after practice, I wasn't feeling so good. And so I generally retreat in a different way. I will seem disengaged. I won't go up to groups of people and start visiting. So like, for instance, when practice was done, I just kind of sat back and I was just kind of like minding my own business. I wasn't really talking to a lot of people. I wasn't doing a lot of things. Even after the worship set was done, I just went to the bathroom right away while greeting time was happening. Because I just was, you know, I was a little bit up there, and I just knew that going and doing all the things and greeting people and, you know, having conversations was gonna be too much for me. And I needed to come down. So that is why I wanted to talk about this, is sometimes when those of us dealing with overstimulated sensations or feelings, we tend to retreat, which can come across as we're being antisocial, we're being snobby, we're being all these different things, when really that is not what's happening. What's happening inside is some of us are probably freaking out. I don't freak out anymore. I've just learned how to not deal with the symptoms, but I've learned how I talk to God. I do my techniques, I use my oils, I take deep breaths, I remove myself from the overstimulating situation. Like, I'll go to the bathroom for a minute, or I'll go do this and I'll do that. And I will just kind of take a time out, and so I can kind of get back to a semi better feeling state, if that makes sense. And that was honestly the main point of sharing this video with you guys, is to remember that when your family member starts acting a little bit different or not themselves, it's because straight out, they're not being themselves. Because this isn't how we were created to be. And this was not our choice. And so, you know, have a little compassion on your family member, pray for them, and remember they're doing the best that they can with where they're at. And the best thing you can do is just love on them, encourage them, be there for them when they need it. But if they seem disengaged, I guarantee it's not personal against you. And the moment you make it about you and you're feeling like, well, what did I do that they're like being rude to me and not talking to me? Oh my gosh, that could not be further from the truth of what's happening. What's happening is they don't feel good. But even just saying that sentence brings me to tears, because they just most likely don't feel good. And you know, I know for me personally, at first when I first didn't feel good, hugs were like, I didn't want to hug because I was, even my sense of touch was so heightened. Like even my husband putting his hand on my shoulder was too much. That's how crazy it was in the beginning. But now I personally, I love hugs, like good, like tight bear hugs. I'm even gonna call out one of my friends, my friend Alishka. She gives such good hugs and they are so loving, and just feeling that love from that person. See, that's how much, like these tears, those are like happy tears, because like those I love so much, and it warms my heart and it makes me feel better. I didn't mean to start crying in this video at all. That just goes to show you how much one person that isn't dealing with a chronic illness, but they know, this person actually knows what I deal with, and then just loving on me and hugging me and not even saying anything can make a world of difference. And so I just want to encourage you out there, family and friends, if you have a loved one dealing with a chronic illness, love on them. Maybe write them a little note, or just ask them, is there anything you need? It's not that we're looking for you to do anything life-changing or do something daily in our lives or are expecting a ton out of you. It's the little things that make a difference, and just being understanding with where we're at. And if we retreat a little bit, just being understanding and realize it's not about you, and that we just needed a timeout. So like I said, this is just a friendly reminder. Yeah, I'm gonna close out here. That's all I really wanted to say in this video, is just to remember to love on your family and friends, and just know that they are doing the best that they can with where they're at today. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up as usual. If you have any questions, you can feel free to find me on Instagram at NewLifeSparrow23. I love you guys. Have a great day, and remember, this year everything can change, okay? I will talk to you guys later. Bye.